The European Union presidency has called for an international tribunal over Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The call, from the Czech Republic, which currently holds the rotating presidency of the bloc, came after the discovery of hundreds of graves in Izium, a town recently liberated by Ukrainian troops. Many are said to be civilians, women and children among them. And quote, "We stand for the punishment of all war criminals," and quote, Czech Foreign Minister Jan Lipavsky said. Ukraine says it believes war crimes have been committed in Izium, where 59 bodies have been exhumed so far, with more expected from the graves in a forest at the edge of the city. And quote, "In the 21st century, such attacks against the civilian population are unthinkable and abhorrent," and quote, Mr. Lipavsky said. And quote, "We must not overlook it. We stand for the punishment of all war criminals," and quote, he said. And quote, "I call for the speedy establishment of a special international tribunal that will prosecute the crime of aggression," and quote, mass exhumations at Izium Forest graves site. Could Putin be prosecuted for war crimes? Counter-offensive won't change Russia's plans. Putin in his regular address on Saturday evening, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said, investigators had discovered new evidence of torture used against the people buried in Izium, in Kharkiv region, and quote, "More than 10 torture chambers have already been found in the liberated areas of Kharkiv region, in various cities and towns," and quote, Mr. Zelensky said. He said the Russians would have to answer, and quote, both on the battlefield and in courtrooms, and quote. On Thursday, EU Commission President-Chief Ursula von der Leyen said she wanted Mr. Putin to face the International Criminal Court over war crimes in Ukraine. Russia claims it is fighting to denazify Ukraine, in a conflict it still refers to as a special military operation rather than a war. It has not commented on the burial sites at Izium. Moscow has previously denied targeting civilians. The discovery of the burial sites came as Ukrainian troops continue their counter-offensive in the country's northeast, after successfully recapturing territory from Russia in recent days. Russian President Vladimir Putin said on Friday that Ukrainian counter-offensives would not change Russia's military plans in the east of Ukraine. The UK Defence Ministry says Russia is intensifying attacks on civilian infrastructure in Ukraine. And quote, as it faces setbacks on the front lines, Russia has likely extended the locations it is prepared to strike in an attempt to directly undermine the morale of the Ukrainian people and government, and quote, it said in its daily assessment of the conflict. But Mr. Putin is failing, and quote, on all his military and strategic objectives, and quote, in Ukraine. UK Chief of the Defence Staff Admiral Sir Tony Radakin told the BBC on Sunday. Admiral Radakin, however, urged caution as, and quote, the likely result with all of this is that it's going to grind on for a long time, and quote, and that's why there's a wishfulness when people jump to conclusions that either President Putin is weak and his power base might be undermined, or that Ukraine has gained some ground and there's been a magnificent action in the northeast. And quote, but it doesn't automatically lead on to easy victories elsewhere. End quote.